Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Afro Gardener. It is such a beautiful day. It's cool, it's a little bit cloudy, overcast. It's a nice breeze blowing, so I thought that it would be the perfect time to give you guys a June garden tour. Let's get into it. I'm not gonna waste a whole lot of time, so let's just jump right in. I have already removed, as you can see, all of the peas that were on this trellis. And they started to fizzle out and kind of struggle, so I went ahead and I pulled them out. But in their place, I've went ahead and I put in my tomato plants. Now these tomatoes are berry and cherry tomatoes. So these are golden nugget tomatoes and black cherry tomatoes. And that's what's going to be on this trellis. And as you can see, they've gotten, let me move out the way. They have already gotten pretty big and they already have started to set fruit. So I'm really excited about that. I only have 3 on here now, but I wanted to kind of see how they do in this spot with less. Usually I like to plant my tomatoes about 10 to 11 inches apart, but I wanted to kind of see maybe if I put one in the middle of here and over there, what would happen. I just wanted to kind of see. So and so yeah, here's one, there's another one, and there's another one. Also in this bed is some cabbage. Now this cabbage is actually holding up pretty well. I did put some a product that is very similar to Diatomaceous Earth on here to kind of keep the pests away, and it's been doing a really good job. So I'm hoping to get my first head of cabbage from this one. This is some Ragged Jack kale. It has not went to seed yet, so I've just been using it to feed my chickens. I haven't really been using it very much, if at all. Here's a zinnia and some cilantro that has went to seed. The thing about cilantro, it's so quick to bolt. It bolts so fast. It started growing and it just went to seed. So I'll be pulling this out here soon. Here we have a lowly zinnia right here. One of the gold nuggets and some Swiss chard. Now Swiss chard is not like other greens. It holds up a lot better to the heat. But what's crazy about how our weather has been, it's still been cool at night. Like it'll be in the 70s, 80s during the day, but it'll still be fairly cool at night. And so I think that's what is giving some of these plants the ability to hold on. Now here is some garlic. It's not ready to pick, but it does have this garlic scape. I think what I'm gonna do is actually do a video about garlic scapes. It's not true garlic, and it looks like I need to go ahead and pick it. You can cook with it, and it's not, the flavor is not as strong as garlic bulbs, but it does have that garlicky flavor and aroma. So I definitely do want to use that. Let's see. Over here we have another gold nugget. I need to tie that up. But as you can see, it started to set its own fruit as well. Some carrots here. And this calendula. Now, in this bed over here, there's a lot more going on. I definitely will have to go through and kind of put some more things in that other bed, but this bed has quite a bit going on. We have some calendula starting to open up and bloom. Look how beautiful that is. It's so pretty. Also have some parsley. Now, what I wanted to do is kind of shade this area, and you see this bare spot. This spot will be shaded really well, so I wanted to see if I could surface sow some lettuce in this spot, just to see as an experiment. Lettuce is not usually a late spring or summer crop, but there's so much shade here. I wanted to see if it would thrive here, because it'll be under this, it'll be near this, shaded by this parsley and these scarlet runner beans that are going up this trellis. That's what's here, is scarlet runner beans. Also over here, this is a German blackberry. It is starting to set fruit, but when they're green, they are poisonous, so you shouldn't eat them. So I'm just really waiting on them to turn black so I can make jams and different things with them. tomato plant here. Now, whenever I am looking at all the plants and everything, I do kind of go through and look at them just to check if they're healthy and pull off any suckers that I see. Beside it, we have some purple dove beans. Now, this plant is really putting off a lot of flowers and a bunch of beans. I did pick some beans this morning, and we have a Cubanelle pepper. I kind of stuck that in there, didn't I? Anyway, it's putting forth a lot of flowers and a lot of beans. There's also this lovely echinacea that has started to form. I've never grown echinacea before now, but I wanted to try growing it from seed. Now, I grew this echinacea in a water jug from seed that I got in a seed swap last year. Last year it didn't bloom. It just kind of got some leaves, but it didn't bloom like this. And so this year it's putting off these beautiful flowers, and I'm really excited because now it's starting to actually look like echinacea, and I think it's going to be really pretty. Baby nasturtium and some more calendula. I wanted a bunch of calendula because you can make calendula salves, and that salve is good for like burns and cuts. Also, if you saturate them and let them sit in oil, that oil is good to use for your skin as far as what I've read. So I wanted to grow quite a bit of echinacea this year just to be able to do that. But look how pretty. Now over in this bed, we have some purple tomatillos. Now, I've never grown tomatillos either, but I believe I will have to kind of put them on some sort of trellising system because it's kind of getting wild. I thought they grew kind of like peppers, but they don't. It kind of looks like they're shooting out these side shoots and different things, and so I think I will have to either get them a tomato cage or some sort of structure to kind of keep them up, because they're kind of getting a little wild. It's, like I said, it's my first time growing them, so I didn't really expect that. There are also some zinnias that I put over here and some baby ones. Now we'll be separating these when they get a little bit bigger, kind of spread them out. And y'all look at this. These are some yard-long beans that I started in trays, and they're suffering, but they did this last year. It looks like they were suffering for a little bit, and then when they got their new leaves, they just started to shoot. So I'm really hoping that that's what happens with these. They'll just suffer a little bit, and they'll just really start to get really nice. Now, like I said, these are sun-loving crops. These yard-long beans, they are from Asian countries, and so they do need a lot of heat to grow, and it's been so finicky here, our weather, and so maybe that's why they're suffering. I don't really know, but I'm hoping that they'll pull through and do what they're supposed to do. Also through here, there are these Armenian long cucumbers. I have 4 lined up along this trellis. I did make a video on how I made this trellis, but the sound and other factors of it was very distorted, so I wasn't able to post it. But I think I may kind of make a video to kind of walk through how I made it. It's very easy. It's not difficult at all. But I might do that. I have another calendula. This one is all the way open. Y'all look at this. Look at this. It's gorgeous. Very pretty. Looks like there's another bud there. They're just really doing good. And what? Now look at that. I didn't even see that. These are ground cherries. I'll show you what a ground cherry is. I have a bigger one over there, but all my seeds didn't germinate that I saved from last year, and so I was getting kind of bummed that I wasn't going to have as many ground cherries. And look at here, we have 2 that I'm gonna pull up and put somewhere else, and not be in this spot because they won't get a lot of sun right here. But that's what I really enjoy about this. Is the stuff just pops up everywhere. Also like these marigolds that have just popped up. whenever you start gardening and you garden year after year, a lot of these things that you will grow will self-seed, and they'll come back in the same place as they were the previous year, which is really awesome. In this area, I have some squash here. We've gotten a lot of rain, so they are starting to yellow. But as the new leaves come, as you can tell in the middle, it'll be fine, and these will just dry up and die off. So no problem there. And then here is a more mature ground cherry. I have this one in this container over here. And there's a little bitty ground cherry that I found and put over here, which I think I might have to move it, because as you can see, the bigger it gets, it's shading this one. And so I may have to move it to a sunnier location or in its own canvas pot or something like that. Here are some amaranth. Now, these little bitty ones are gonna look like their big brother, this one. This is what they're gonna end up looking like, and they're gonna put out these beautiful little flowers, and I think that'll be really, really pretty. I wanted some real big pops of color in the garden this year, and so I kind of added colors that I don't usually have, and so I think it's gonna be really pretty though. Now in this bed, we have some tomatoes. All these are orange accordion tomatoes, and they're just getting huge. These are getting huge. In one of my other videos a couple weeks ago, well now like maybe a month or two ago, I put all these in this bed and they're just thriving. I have them trellised with this twine on this wood up here, and that's how I trellis my tomatoes. It's just really simple, really pocket friendly, very cheap to do it this way. And this twine is very strong. It's a lot stronger than some cotton string that I used last year. And I don't tie them on here tight. I just kind of tie them on there enough where it's secure, but not to where it's gonna cut into the tomato stem. And these are just doing really well. They're putting out flowers and just looking really good. Let me see if I can find any that are actually putting off any fruit. Oh, here we go. Here are some fruits that are starting to come up, and they're looking really good. They don't look like they're gonna be any issues, and so I'm really excited for that. Y'all look! And over here there are some carrots. In this bed, we just have one tomato here. I actually have to get another tomato cage to keep it off the ground, and also for this pepper here. But there are 2 cabbages that I have here. See, look at that. That's why I gotta sprinkle my stuff on here. Now, diatomaceous earth is something that kind of keeps these away. I usually just cover them, but I haven't been able to find my netting. And so what I might do is just wash these off really well and not even use the diatomaceous earth. And may just wash them off really well and just cover them to give them an opportunity to thrive. But they are doing pretty well. I haven't put another coating of that on there, and they've been doing fine, so I may not even do that. What is this? I don't know what that is. But these are doing really good. Some nasturtium, some Ragged Jack kale for the chickens, peppers here. And if you look down, there are some beets here. Now I will be taking a bunch of these beets out. And when I do, I'll probably put in some other things. Now, radishes, it's gonna be getting too warm for those, and they'll just go straight to seed. So I'm thinking about putting maybe some bush type squash here or something else. Now here is some fennel that I didn't even put this here. One of my kids got hold of some seeds and just threw them out here, and I guess this happened, which is really great because sometimes it just takes, just the seeds going out and not a whole lot of work from you, which is what I like. I like simple things. Here's some beans here, some more amaranth, some carrots, and some more purple dove beans. They're so pretty. I'm not sure if I have a favorite bed right now, but if I did have to choose, it would be this one. It has a bunch of the sunflowers that I like to grow in it, and they're getting very tall. I think this one's done growing up. It looks like it's about to open. So it's not very tall, but it's still gonna be really pretty. And also the corn that I put here is starting to flower. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know a whole lot about corn. This is my first time actually having it be reach this height. The height that it's at right now is as high as I've gotten it. This is it. So I'm not really sure. So I'm not gonna really comment about the corn because I don't really know, to be honest. But look, it's just looking really pretty. And I did plant some vining beans at the bottom, but I'm not sure if it's actually going to produce or actually going to grow because it seems a little shaded by the corn. And maybe that's why some people say to grow it in mounds and not in rows, but I'm not sure. I'm not done with it yet, so let's not give up yet. We're not giving up yet, but I'm really excited. And then also there's this full nasturtium right here. Like, look at this. It's looking really full, super full. Here's some basil right here and some acorn squash here and here, actually here and here. Now I will be kind of separating these when they get a little bit bigger, but I'm not doing anything with it right now. And then also we have some potatoes in the row. Now I did plant potatoes in this entire row and they're just now coming up. I'm not sure why, but it seems like it's taking longer for these to come up than those in the grow bags that I used up there. But also this area only gets about maybe 6 hours of sun, because when the sun moves over there, it's clouded, it's shaded, and so it only gets maybe about 6 hours worth of sun. But that is enough, but I'm not sure. But it is growing significantly slower than those potatoes up there. But success is still success. Now this is the row beside the potatoes. There's a sunflower there, and also some cowpeas that I planted along the trellis. Now these are starting to come up, and these are just some other squash that I kind of stuck here to see if they'll trail along the ground and not up the trellis. I'm just trying to let the cowpeas grow on the trellis and the other things grow along the ground. That's kind of my theory. I wanted to kind of try this out and see. Everything's growing really well, but I think that it's just gonna cover the ground is what I'm thinking. And so I'm excited to kind of see how it's gonna look, how it's gonna turn out. And now this row, this is all lima beans. Here, one of those didn't come up. And so these are all lima beans. Now in the front, these are regular lima beans that I bought from the store. And these are lima beans that I got from the actual cooking section. These are lima bean seeds that came in a seed packet. These are large lima beans that I just got out the cabinet. Now when you go to your grocery store or you go in the bean section, you can buy bags of beans. That's what I planted here, with just some bagged beans. I think I might do a separate video about that because I didn't know if they would grow, but they have, and they look like they're doing really good. Now over here there are just a couple sunflowers and some roselle over here. And that's what this section is looking like. Y'all, I'm so excited. Yay. I'm gonna end this video by the rock garden bed. Y'all, look at these lilies here. They're so pretty. But yeah, that's the garden right now. Sunflowers I've stuck them everywhere. They're just everywhere. And so I'm really excited. It's just, everything is just flourishing in a way that I hoped that it would. It's June today. I think it's June 8th, I think. And so in 2 weeks, it's going to be totally different, which is so exciting. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys. And as always, I'll talk to you later. Bye.